I would love the people on Twitch to hear your guys' voices too. And it makes me feel better when I'm interacting with you guys and not just when I'm talking to myself for an hour. So feel free to ask any questions. Twitch chat, I'm going to try to catch any questions that come through. If I miss a question, Daz is going to let me know. So let me show you what we're going to get into today. First, I'm going to bring you guys back here, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of sauce so you understand what's going on. So this is what the actual video clip looks like that we're going to work on today. This is a really talented crumper from Europe. His name is Rowdy, and this is what the video looks like. So very nice, clean shot, high quality footage. I pulled this right off of his Instagram. I know he'll be okay with it because he was DMing me, asking me if we could do a video together. So, Rowdy, here you are. There's a little bit of that camera tracking stuff on the video, which normally would be less than ideal because back when we were doing stuff in Warp Fusion, it had a really difficult time tracking the perspective of things. And you would get this really weird thing going on where, like, sure, the dancer would look cool, background would look cool, but as the camera moved, it would almost have this effect where, like, the background was, like, stuck in place, but it was, like, shifting and sliding, and it just didn't look good. It just really didn't look good.
But the IPAdapter kind of negates that entirely, right?
Well, it's not the IPadapter that negates that. It's literally AnimateDiff that negates it. It is whatever the motion models and the motion modules of AnimateDiff are trained on that just, like, takes the motion to a complete next level.
Right, because it's the posting thing that detects the human, right?
Yes. So I see a question in the Discord. Fady Saber asked me, do you have sample videos to test with? Also, he doesn't know how I changed the background to black. Well, I'm going to give you the quick rundown real quick before we dive into the AI part, because it is important for you guys to see what happens in the pre-processing, so that I wish the people that comment on my videos on Instagram that tell me I'm cheating and I'm just applying a filter to these things, see all the little, just see what actually goes into making these videos. So, original video, what I did was using the rotoscope tool in Adobe After Effects, the roto brush, I actually cut him out of the scene. So the entire video is actually just him with no background. The checker grid right here symbolizes that it is transparent. That means if I was to export this right now as a QuickTime file, I could export him on a transparent background. And then if I brought this into another video editor like Adobe Premiere, and I put this clip on top of another piece of footage, it would just be him. There would be no background, no black, no nothing. The black background that you saw is literally just a black solid that, if you look right here, it's just a layer that I have underneath the video layer. So if I put it above, it's going to cover him, but it's literally just a black solid. I want the black because AnimateDiff takes the black, injects the latent, and that's where all the magic of the AI happens, is in that black space. That's when AnimateDiff and the AI is able to be super creative, because it looks at the black, it says, okay, I'm going to animate here, and there's no structure from the background confining it with the control nets that it has to trace. So it can literally just do its thing with whatever I prompt it for. And
Away
then
from AI, though, if you have the only transparent background, that is how dancing memes become a thing. Like, you could plant him on buildings and stuff.
Exactly. So the process I just described, I don't know if you ever saw the Instagram page called, like, Green Screen Everything, where literally all the guy does is find really popular memes from around the internet and roto brushes them cuts them out, and then puts them on green backgrounds so people can download them, key out the background, and use the meme on whatever video they want. So this is literally just like a standard thing. If you don't know how to rotoscope something, or you don't know what the rotobrush is in After Effects, type that into YouTube, how to rotobrush in After Effects, or how to rotoscope in After Effects, or how to rotoscope in DaVinci Resolve, and you will literally get thousands of tutorials of people wanting to teach you how to rotoscope, and they're all the same, and you can learn it in 10 minutes. There's a question in Twitch, though, that says, do you have to pick video sources that have the entire body in frame? Chango, that is a personal choice. I prefer having the entire body in frame, but I've also done clips where it's just the torso up and the guy is tutting. So it all depends on the clip, what you're doing, and the context of the whole thing.
I think the question was more like, do you have to? Like, I think it's more technological, and the technology is not limited.
No. And even if it was, the beauty of this stuff is always stepping outside of like what you would normally do and trying something different to get a different result. But the little bit of sauce I'm going to drop on you guys today is, if we were to just throw this video into AnimateDiff, where, here, you know what? We are into AnimateDiff. Oh, who's echoing? Helios, going to ask you to mute, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So this will actually be a very good A and B and a test to show you guys. So I'm going to export this clip of him with just Rowdy, no background, on just the black background.
Really quick question. So the dog you did was done in Warp Fusion, but so are there animals open pose things in AnimateDiff? Like animal detectors?
I mean, there weren't animal detectors in Warp Fusion. I think if you just use line art and soft edge, it'll detect it. I mean, look at the stuff that Gertie Goddess been posting. Gertie's been making little croquet birds and bears and deers and stuff. So, and he's been doing all that in AnimateDiff. So yeah, if Gertie could do that, you can totally do animals. Right here. So I'm going to give you a good A/B test right here and show you what I'm talking about and why I think what I'm going to show you is so important today. So while that is saving, let me get this set up here. Boom. We're going to come over and we're going to upload that clip that I just transferred over to my PC, and we're going to run that real quick for 50 frames. All right. While that is running, coming back here. So what I have been doing is, actually, after I rotoscope everyone, I have been tracking them. Like, I'll do a 3D tracker on the camera, on the clip, and then I will track a solid underneath them that tracks with the motion of the actual camera to simulate the floor he's standing on. But I just want it to be white because I want the AI to still be able to do whatever it wants to do to it. So I'm adding back in the floor, and I'm still leaving all the room for all the creativity of the AI and AnimateDiff to do what it does. And I'm going to show you the difference this makes. So that clip is running. This right here is what it looks like from this input video. So dancer, black background, white solid tracked underneath him to simulate the floor. Look at how good of a floor that put underneath him And it even got the correct shadow reflections on the ground. How crazy is that?
That is super crazy.
All I have to do is put a white solid underneath them, and it reads it as the floor, puts the shadows down. If I prompt like puddles or reflections or reflective water or whatever, it does all that on the ground for me. And what I'm going to show you guys is that with the IP adapter, what's up, Harrod? I just saw you slide in here. With the IP adapter, right now, we have a photo of a Jabberwocky that we're using for reference. And we have a photo of a background or an environment that we're using for reference. And instead of trying to prompt everything out of thin air, the IP adapter is having Comfy pull these two images for reference. And it doesn't know that you're feeding it a character or a background. But what I have come to find out in the past couple of days is if you do this, right, you do this and you prompt for it. So here we have street level view, hip hop dancer wearing a white mask, bucket hat, graffiti, urban tech wear, middle of the street, surrounded by dirty Tokyo alley background. Weighted up, I have muddy, wet ground, smoke and fog, dark neutral colors. Well, yeah,
Right is what you get.
And really all I was trying to do was describe the images in the IP adapter while adding in some extra elements that I want to see. Now, okay, we got pretty lucky here. On the left is what it just gave me from the dancer without the simulated floor in the video. So this is just the dancer on the black background, and it did really good for these first 50 frames of keeping him, of like creating a ground and keeping him on it. But I guarantee you that if we were to run the entire video, there's going to be a point where he is floating in the air and he's not on the ground. But
that could be equally as interesting, though.
It could be
on what you want.
It could be. However, sometimes it kind of like those were all the videos that I was making, and the viral one, she wasn't on ground at any point because I literally just ran her on the black background. She wasn't close to the camera, and she just was floating in the air in this tropical paradise. And that was cool. No one had anything to say about it. I like the grounded feeling, but we can also do stuff to break that up in like a meaningful way. So what I want to do now is play around with some character and background combinations with you guys and see the type of stuff we can influence here. Because, okay, it didn't really make him a Jabberwocky, but if we look at this guy's outfit, right, we look at the background, it did a very good job with the background. Like, it did a phenomenally good job with the background. The outfit leaves a little to be desired, but it put the white mask on him. It, like, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. It looks like the hip-hop anime that I want to watch. See some people typing in the Discord chat. I'm just, like, waiting for the
question.
I
just now realized that you forgot to start the event, too, so I started that for you. But
Oh, thank you. God damn it. I always do that.
Yes, Vita, this is AI.
So, La Vida, everything we do here is AI. Everything. Not one part of this animation is me drawing it or anything like that. Everything we do here is AI. And welcome. I see that you're a first-time chatter. So welcome to the stream. And yes, saved by Daz. Exactly, Harrod. That's why we have them here.
The first thing that came to mind when you said that our ideas, I'm wondering how well it can do mech, considering the clothing is already there. Like, how much of a challenge would that be
Well,
for it?
let's see. Let's find a dope mech photo. If you have one, throw it in the chat, and I will grab it.
I do not have a male mecha.
I mean, a mecha is a mecha. We can grab a mecha. So let me scroll down. I'm sure there is, and also here, wait. I can just go to
resolution matter.
I'm not too sure what the ideal resolution for the IP adapter is. What about the resolution of sample images? So yeah, Fady, I have been using everything from 16:9 images to 4:5s to 1:1 squares and also 9:16s. And I've also, like, if you look at this, the Jabberwocky image is literally just me taking a screen capture from inside Adobe Premiere from the Jabberwocky video.
So Harold posted a massive one. I posted a feminine one with a skull chest.
Of course you did.
And here's a Transformers style kind of thing.
All right. Well, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go into the chat, go into which one of these? Let's see here.
As well.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I really like quads. We're going to try quads first. Quad brought a good one. So, do me a favor. Find me a cool environment photo. Like a cool, preferably anime, but just like a cool environment photo. And yes, Anti-Vash, we are doing mecha right now. Oh, Haro with the Gundam. Okay, we got to test that afterwards. We got to test. We got to. We got to
have any environment.
Just some type of environment. Just find me some type of environment without a person in it. The second picture. All right, quad. We will. Okay, no wait. This is a good. That will work. But wait, this
just going to my Civitai profile and grabbing images.
Yeah, no. No, so this is going to be a dope test because look, the image that Daz posted would definitely lend itself much better to working with a mech photo, right? But let's test this out.
There is no ground.
Let's test this out. So we're gonna try quads submissions first. So we got quads robot and we got quads environment, which is this like moss covered cave with, are those dandelions? Would you say dandelions? Or no, like sunflowers? Not sunflowers.
Daisies.
I think they're dandelions.
Daisies. Okay.
That's
yes,
what
I'm not.
Was
Got it. Okay. So we're gonna say, wait. Let's bring up this picture. We're gonna say,
And yes, Anti-Vash, someone did say mecha.
Someone did say mecha. Okay, so we're gonna
go wrong with any like motion and mecha.
We're gonna say chrome and red mecha. And say glowing red eyes. Moss covered cave background. Open air roof. Sun rays and beams of light. And we're going to say...
Civitai has been doing streams for quite a while now, actually. We're in office hours on Discord as usual, but now we also post them on Twitch.
And if you want to...
be available on YouTube.
Yep. Thank you, Daz. Dandelion flowers.
I didn't forget.
Wet mossy ground. We're gonna keep smoking fog, and we're gonna keep dark neutral colors. We're going to copy this. We're going to paste it in there. We are using my favorite combination for dance videos, which is line art and soft edge. We have our dancer with a black background on a white floor. The model we are using is Hello Young 25D, which is arguably one of the best animated models for AnimateDiff. And in case you guys did not know, AnimateDiff V3 actually got released a couple days ago. So we are using the newest motion model for AnimateDiff. And I did a bunch of A and B tests of V3, V2, and temporal diff, and AnimateDiff V3 blew the other two away. Not only was the motion smoother, but it also retained and added way more details in the actual image, especially in the faces, than the other ones. So if you are using AnimateDiff and you are not using V3, I don't know what you're doing. Let's see.
And for those
Struggling with
new
V2
appearing,
is what I'm doing.
for those new in Twitch chat, I just posted the workflow again. Go on Tyler's profile on Civitai, and it will be under the most popular models. Just scroll down. All it takes.
Thank you, Daz. Thank you. Oh, we got a tall Twitch stream here. Right on. Well, I am excited to see what this looks like, and I hope it can actually give us a combination of these two things. But this is a good challenge because look, this isn't set up to be doing like background character. That's just the way I'm trying to use it. Which someone wrote a question about the IP adapter that I don't think I got to.
So what does the
Oh,
what happens if you're loose with the rotoscope?
Yeah, so I mean, Chango, look, if you're loose with your rotoscope and you let like little bits and pieces get in, then it's gonna build those bits and pieces onto the person. Like if their arm is doing this, but there's like some of the environment track like still a part of their arm that you didn't cut out completely, then you're gonna get something way different than the perfect cutout of the person. But Delta Gear wrote, curious what the workflow for IPAdapter looks like and how it works. While we're waiting for this, I will show you. So this entire bottom block of my workflow right here is the IPAdapter. What we have set up here are 4 load image nodes, and that is where your 4 images go. I tend to choose 2 images to represent my character and 2 images to represent my background. I've also just used 4 images, all for the character. These are hooked up into prepare image for clip vision nodes. And what these nodes are doing is they allow you to choose a part of the image that you would like the IPAdapter to crop into, so you can zero in on the style from that part of the image more than the others. Those.
Just a small note as well. You said earlier that if you bypass any of those nodes, it could crash, right?
Yeah. So, and I'll tell you what you would want to switch off to make it work in case you just don't want to use the IPAdapter at all. So the images are hooked into the prepare image for clip visions. These are hooked into the encode IPAdapter image node into this image 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is transferring everything into your apply IPAdapter for encoded. And this is the node where we really slide settings around. And the only one we really slide around is the weight. The weight is going to determine how much of the IPAdapter style gets applied and how heavy. I tend to keep it from 0.4 to 0.7. I usually try to push it to 0.7 more because if I'm using the IPAdapter, I really want the style from the images to get put on the video. There is a noise value in the node that it's connected to. I leave that at 0 because too many variables don't have time for it. I want to actually make videos. When I leave that at 0 and I slide the weight around, that controls the weight and how much the IP adapter gets affected just fine. This is hooked into the load IP adapter model, which, because we're using Stable Diffusion 1.5 and not XL, this is the IP adapter plus SD 1.5 model that you can get from the IP adapter GitHub. And the load clip vision is this SD 1.5 PyTorch model that, because this model is such a pain in the butt to find, if you go to my website, if you go to my Civitai profile, when you download the workflow, there is a Google Drive link in the description of the workflow. I uploaded the correct model that you need for this node into my personal Google Drive that you can just go and download it from there, so you can make sure you have the proper thing to get that working. If you don't have that, everything's going to break. So, and then there's this mask down here that is not hooked up, but if I wanted to use it, I would just plug this into the attention mask right here. And what this does, if it's plugged in, I would feed it the alpha mask for the video that I'm actually using, which would be this one, right? If this was plugged in and if this was plugged in, this would only apply the diffusion and the AI from the IP adapter onto the mask. So only the character would get the style and the background would still be the normal footage. But let's see what our image came out to. Dun, dun, dun. I'm not mad at that. Right? I'm not too mad at that. But real quick, we're going to see what it looks like with a different model.
That looks very Christmassy.
Okay, it does look very Christmassy. It's because it's Christmas. No, it's because Quad gave us a red character with a green background. This
AI Santa Overlord.
But we're gonna let me try one thing. I'm gonna. It was a setup all along. It was a setup all along. Join. I'm gonna run it with Photon real quick because I want to see what that combination looks like with the more realistic model. And yeah, Delta, this totally looks like Mega Man. It totally looks like Mega Man, and he's totally got the moves. But look, it actually put the dandelions on the ground. And I also think, like, look at these breathing flower things at the top that are like, it's like flowers are growing that have the sunlight and the spotlight in them. Like, the more I look at this scene, the cooler it actually looks. If you look at all the details of everything, like the vine, the growing, the sunlight, the flowers, like, this is actually really, really cool. I think we could probably force prompt the character better, but this is a pretty good start. And also, this is really low resolution. This image is only 512 by 896. By the time my entire process is done, here, wait, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys this. This is one that I haven't finished yet, but it's very close. So here is dun, 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 dun. Here is low res, right? Low res 512 by 896, and it's just I'm obsessed with how this video came out. I love everything about this. This looks super cool, but if we go and we look at the upscaled one, it looks so dope. The character looks so good, and the lines are so crispy. Like, this looks like an anime. See. Tough. Yes. Thank you, Harrod. Thank you. That was exactly my response when that came out. But here, wait, I'm gonna show you the one other style I got of it. Look at this one. Look at this. This is with the Hello Young model. Like, look how dope this looks. This is so cool. Can anyone guess what video this is just by looking at it? I'm posting this on my Instagram next week. I don't really want to show too much of this because it's gonna ruin it. But could anyone guess just from seeing the little bit? I'll give you a hint. It is a classic internet dance video. And this video, this Photon one is almost done. So let's see what it looks like with the more realistic model. And then we'll move on to a different photo combination.
The good part, Lavita, is that you don't need to get your notepad out because this video will be as a VOD on Twitch and YouTube.
And YouTube. Oh, look at that.
Yo, he entered the dance stage.
Bro, this is the most hype Mossy Cave dance event setting that I've ever. Anti-Vash.
That's a rave.
Anti-Vash, you got it right, but you gotta keep that to yourself. But good job, man. I'm super proud that the first person to guess that got it right. It's gonna be so dope when I put the song on it and I edit the two styles together. That's gonna be a good video. And yeah, man. This
You're welcome for the images, by the way.
dude, it's so cool. It's so cool, and
There's even moss growing on the dude on his shoulder.
I know this is like, I don't even know how to describe it. This looks so rad. But so, do you guys see one? Look at the ground he's on. Okay, look at the ground he's on. It's making the dandelions grow around him because on the image that we were given, let me pull the image up so you guys can see. Look at the image, right? The image has the dandelions in the foreground. They're all over the ground and they're literally growing around him as he's dancing. All that water on the ground is on the ground, and his reflection on the ground, the shadow, is following him perfectly. There's no shadow in the video for it to be tracing. Like, there's no shadow. The AI is reading it and just finding it.
Is that SD 1.5 or XL?
It's, everything I do is on 1.5. XL,
Yeah. For some reason, SD 1.5 is really, really good at reflections and shadows.
It
blows my mind.
It's unreal. It is absolutely unreal. But look at the lights. Look at the lights. It's like, it's so cool.
What the mecha girl does with the same thing, considering how well this does.
Let's check it out. So okay,
Man.
wait. Before I want to try Haro's. So Haro gave me this more Gundam looking guy, and we're gonna try that one with this photo. So the cyberpunk city. So we're going to say okay, wait. We're going to say Army Green, Gundam Mecha. Is that how you spell Gundam? There we go. Glowing blue eyes. We're gonna, and then the city. Let me pull that photo up. The city right here. We're going to say.
If you need any help to get rid of the blurry faces on your Loras, there's tons of people on the Discord that are ready to help you.
Neon pink and blue Tokyo City background. Middle of street crosswalk. and we'll leave smoke and fog, and we'll do soft pastel colors. Then we will copy this, and we will paste it here.
What would be
Boom.
the difference between soft and hard pastel colors?
Well, soft because if we look at the image, like none of the colors are like okay, the only hard color in this image would be the pink up here on the building. If we're looking at like the hue or the saturation slider on like a color for like color values, this would be at the top, this would be at the bottom. The bottom is soft. Soft is closer to white or like barely there. So we're gonna say soft pastel colors.
If you hit it for hard pastel, it would make the output more vibrant, right?
Yes, but sometimes that takes it a little too far. So we're gonna see what this does. We're gonna try the photon model first, and then we'll try the anime model. So we got both of those guys. We're just gonna move these guys over here. By the end of the stream, we will have a full-blown NFT collection that we will go see. You guys don't even know. That's what I'm actually doing with these streams. This is the official Civitai NFT collection, and we're gonna sell these all for Solana or ETH or something.
Yeah, like 10,000 each. As
well. So, all right. While we're waiting for this, though, this is the time for you guys to ask questions. Let me see if there's anything to catch up here.
I mean, Fady said try smoke prompt. Maybe we can do that for the next one.
Yes. Well, I do have smoke and fog in the prompt, but we can do something more smoke focused and try to pull that out of it.
Yes,
so
the VODs are available on Twitch, and if they're not on Twitch, they will be soon. And if they're not on Twitch, they're on the YouTube.
Yeah, so on our Twitch, because we haven't hit a certain level yet, the VODs only stay active for like 7 days, and then they get removed. But I'm downloading everything and uploading them to the Civitai Twitch channel. So if you just go, Civitai YouTube channel. So if you just, did you, if you just go to YouTube and you search for Civitai office hours, you'll find them. Dude, my VOD, one of my VODs from the other week has like 1,500 views on YouTube. It's super cool. And yes, thank you, Daz. Can you put that link in the Twitch chat too for anyone that wants to go to YouTube?
There you go.
Yeah, so guys, there is the Civitai YouTube. That's where you can find these to go back and refer to if you want to like work alongside or you just need a refresher on stuff. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well.
I just noticed something really sad, Tyler.
What's up?
Me. I
What's
wasn't
up?
Subscribed.
Oh, I thought, man, I thought you were gonna tell me the stream was broken or something. but
yeah, that's real upsetting.
You weren't subscribed to your own company's YouTube channel?
Technically, on paper, I haven't been hired yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm an intern.
All right, so this one is just about finished. Let's see what we get. Give us something good. Oh.
I think if you remove the smoke, that would be perfection.
You think so? Okay, let's try it.
Yeah.
Let's try it. Let's try to take away the smoke and fog, because the smoke and fog was a little flickery there for my taste.
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
Too much smoke.
Yeah. And then also we're going to queue this one up in the animated model too, so we can get the idea for both of them. And then were there were there more images that people put in that I missed? Or not yet? Or are we gonna move on from mechas after this?
Well, we haven't done the female mecha version.
The female mecha, where let me let me find it.
Yeah, so if you scroll up, there's 2 mechas in that one image.
Oh, this one.
That could pose a challenge.
Okay, we're gonna try it. Boom. And we need a background for her. Okay, she's getting this one. She's getting this background.
All right. That is so suiting. The pink eyes and the pink tree. Absolutely.
Is it? I ask this every week. Is it Dever or Deaver? It's Dever, right?
No, it's Dever the Diva. It's Dever.
And Milton Hitchhiker gave me some good ones. So here, wait. You know what? After we do the next female mecha, we're actually going to try this guy, and we're going to combine him with this guy. And we're going to make something very cursed. So that's what we're going to do after these two are done. So we are just chilling until then. If anyone has any questions about the workflow, go ahead and ask, and I will break it down for you guys the best that I can.
I mean, you kind of did say this last week, though, like before the questions come in. Have you, like, obviously the different use cases for work, but do you feel blessed by animated diffusion at this point?
Feel blessed? Yes, I do. AnimateDiff has literally changed the course of everything I've been doing professionally. It has like re-sparked my it's like it has re-inspired me to be creative with the videos all over again in the same way that I felt once when I first discovered Warp and all of this, and I was finally able to do it. It just, like, if you're willing to get over the hump of figuring out the technical part, the possibilities are literally endless, and we can make anything that we want to make now. And okay, it definitely got better without all that smoke and fog. Now there's just a little bit in the background. You see the difference?
Yeah, it definitely moved the smoke more to the background, which is the result that we wanted, right?
Yes, this was a bit much. It definitely was. It was definitely epic. Like, this was definitely epic. But so, okay, right now it's running the anime one, and then we're going to try the girl, and then we're going to do the cursed animals, and then that's probably going to get us to the end here. But let's see. Finding stable diffusion has brought out my creativity. I can't even draw a stick figure. I am right there with you. I cannot draw to save my life. I did one video on my Wacom tablet where I drew frame by frame on the dancer. It was a 60-second video. To draw on that video frame by frame, it took me 100 hours. No joke. And that video ran on Instagram for maybe 48 hours, and then no one saw it again. And it's still one of my favorite things I've done, but huge time commitment. It just, man, I can, in like literally 1% of the time it took me to draw frame by frame on a video, I could either turn him into a Gundam mech in the Neo Tokyo streets, or the mossy mech on the stage of Dandelions under the sunlight disco balls, you know? This is exactly like having Jarvis for our creative ideas. That being said, you still need the idea. The AI is not going to come up with good ideas for you. You still need the idea. You still need to have a sense of like style and design and composition. And if you scroll through AI videos on Instagram, you'll clearly see there's levels to it. Getting the first image and then being able to refine is great. Exactly, man. Exactly. Okay. No. While I understand what you're saying, ChatGPT's ideas, because I've tried this. I've tried this for prompt traveling long videos in AnimateDiff. The ideas are very surface
Prompt
level.
travel that GPT gives you, at least as far as I've understood it, is very good for the forum, not quite as good for AnimateDiff.
I mean,
Ooh.
that's my comment there. I'll just go ahead and say it. ChatGPT's prompts suck, but they are a good starting point.
Yes, so okay, when I was trying to do like a 5-minute long like music visualizer thing, I didn't want to write all the prompts for that prompt travel straight from my imagination, right? So I had ChatGPT give me all the keyframes of like the prompts based on what I told it of like surreal locations still based in reality but with fantasy elements, and it gave me that, but I still had to go through and add and reiterate on everything it did. So I'm still the one coming up with the initial idea, but I understand what you're saying, and I have no doubt that it is only going to get better than it currently is. But I'm still not discrediting the humans out of the whole equation. And I think that's a part that a lot of the anti-AI people miss, is they really think we're just pushing a button, it's spitting out a pretty video, and that's like, ta-da. Like I have like my keyboard is one single button and it just says cheat on it. I just have to press
Looks
that.
like the
Oh, I have
video
that
is
for video
done too.
games.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
know you could do
okay.
that for images.
So here is the anime version of it. Boom. Move these over a little bit more. We got our
Oh, that's
Gundam
cool.
collection here. Boom. So on the right, we have Photon V1. And on the left, we have Hello Young 25D. I actually think I prefer the realism one more on this one, just because there's more separation between him and the background. And I also like whatever this weird mecha thing is above him unfolding. So we're
does the
going.
same thing for both. It's unfolding on the first one, but also it unfolds on the head on the second one.
All right. So
On the green one.
here we are. We are doing. Let's pull up her picture. This is female mecha pilot, skull shaped.
It would help if you knew how to spell pilot, though.
Yes, it would. See, man, I type too fast and I always get it wrong, and thank God for spell check. Skull shaped armor chest plate, white hair, pink eyes, and then you're gonna say for the background. Nope, that's the city. We're gonna say peaceful. Cherry blossom lake. Background. Clear blue sky. Dreamy clouds. Boom. And we'll run this one on an anime first, and then we will run it on
I mean, I feel
Photon.
like it's really 3D and clear enough to be run on a realistic model, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it's also just cool to run everything on both and see what you get and see which one you like more.
So what you're saying is Stable Diffusion is a box of chocolates.
That it is. That is. And you can prompt an IP adapter all you want, but you're still not going to know what you're going to get. So, let's see here. This let's take a look at the Twitch chat. The AI overlord is controlling the humanoid Gundam. Yep. So that's the thing with AnimateDiff is with the character photos, I noticed that if you give it the black background, it still really likes to put the big kind of like overarching character in the back, depending on what model you're using. Some models it doesn't put the big person in back, but sometimes it still does. I really like that on this one we didn't get that, and instead we got just this really cool kind of like interactive background. Then yeah, boom. Well, let's see how it manages to turn him into this female mecha pilot. And you know, you could still combine Laura's with the crab. The crab is killing me. The crab is killing me, bro.
You're gonna have to try that after office hours.
The crab is killing me. I think okay, so Saber, the upscaler is a toss up. Okay, so the way I have the upscale built in this workflow is it has everything running through a second set of control nets so that the image can contain itself much better as it's running through the diffusion process again. I typically use DPM PP2M SDE for the sampler, and the scheduler I use exponential. I run it at 30 steps for a CFG of 7 with a denoise of 0.7. And my general rule of thumb is I will turn on the same control nets I use for the low res version, but I drop their strength by 0.1. And that will usually hold everything together depending. Oh, that's pretty good. What do you think, Daz?
That is spicy.
That's pretty good. I don't know how Rowdy would feel about that, but I think that's pretty good.
I think it would do a little bit better if the background guy wasn't there, but it's definitely doing funky stuff.
Yeah, I mean, considering there is a background guy in the photo, we have to give it a little bit of grace there. But let's see if it still put the background guy in the realistic one. So, this is what we're gonna do to close everything out after this, because I have to. Dever put too good of a photo in there. So we're gonna take Crab Guy
instead of the mix, the animal mix.
No, I think I kind of want to run Crab Guy by himself. I kind of like just want to run Crab Guy in all 4 of them. I think that would be the proper way to close the stream out, is by doing this.
A proper crab rave. Let's go.
I think so. I think this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take it from the dreamy clouds and the lake and all that stuff to Crab,
crab rave.
crab, humanoid. What would you say? Would you even say crab humanoid, orange
head.
body, crab legs and claws on head. Karate shorts.
I think just the claws for the on head would be good though.
Yeah,
I think the legs might actually ruin that.
And we'll say disco rave background.
Yes.
So we will try to have our crab rave.
I feel like putting crab legs in there is going to have him dancing on a plate of crab legs.
Oh man, okay, wait. I'm gonna show you guys a cursed thing that I ran the other
fun.
night. One second here. Boom. We'll cue both of those up. Let's see what the realistic one of the girl looked like. Oh, so there we go. There we go. We got rid of the weird guy in the back. Look at that.
I'm not mad about that. Like the school chest plate kind of disappeared, but so I'm not mad about that.
You know, give and take, right? Give and take.
Yeah.
It looks like the skull chest plate wasn't really on here, and it looked like it put the skull on the guy behind her. But yeah, so yeah.
I mean, the school head was already there though, like in the initial image, so it makes sense.
Yes. Exactly. So here, let me just do this. Let me.
But the legs are turning mecha. I don't know if you see that, but so that's really interesting.
Well, it's because we put mecha pilot in the
Right.
prompt, so it's probably gonna read that as her turning into, as like her being a mecha. But yeah, no, that's really good. I mean, this is a video of a guy crumping, and we got this girl
Now it's
doing
a
the
girl trumpet.
doing the crump moves in the serene, peaceful cherry blossom lake with the clear sky with the dreamy clouds behind her. And I really like how it did the man. Stable Diffusion just does like the cherry blossom trees so well. Like you can put cherry blossoms in literally anything, and it's going to be a good render.
Yeah. 100%.
What's up, Chris? What's going on, Chris? Yeah, I can't wait to see Crabman at the disco rave either. Wait, quad.
Curse, but good curse.
Oh, quite. I think.
What's
up?
Question.
What's up?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to know, can you control the background of this generations?
Yeah, so I mean, so look at what we're doing. So while it's not, well, okay, this bad example because I changed it all to crabs, but what we were doing up until this entire time was in the IPAdapter, we were using 2 of the image slots for a character photo, and then 2 of the image slots for a landscape or background photo. So this one that you're looking at on the screen right here, this was a combination of this photo, right? And this photo. And then all you have to do in your prompt is make sure you're describing what the character looks like based on the photo that you're giving it and what the background looks like based on the photo that you're giving it. And it seems to be smart enough to know what to do with it. Yo.
Yesterday I was playing with your workflow. Actually, I have built the Coco segment processor on top of your workflow, and I was just I was just converting a video of a Balenciaga girl dancing with some fish aquarium background, but I was unable to get that accuracy. So I have applied another video with masking for the background part only, and then I have applied control net for that mask. So that's how I was able to achieve the background which I wanted. I didn't knew that this IP adapter you have, I mean your workflow, the 4 IP adapter was used for this purpose. I
I
think that
mean,
was for the difference.
it wasn't supposed to be for this purpose. I just decided to try to use it this way to see if it would work, and it works. The way you're doing it with having another IP adapter, like
Yeah.
with the invert mask for the background, that is going to probably get you more exact results.
Yes,
But
and there is the Coco segmentation, which really works good for segmentation. So I am doing the rotoscoping part in using that.
yeah, what's it called? What's
The advanced control net.
where oh, he's not in here. Daz, what's his name? The audiovisual guy, Decamber.
Yes.
Yeah, he was nice enough to send me the video of the girl with the jellyfish. I I only had enough time to skim it, but I'm gonna go back and watch that whole video and see if any of that makes sense for me to plug into my workflow, which I think there's something in there that I could definitely use. But
Yes, the
I'm wait.
IP adapter creator made the video. I mean, that helped me to learn about that Coco segmentation.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
So
he was, yeah.
I got to go back and watch that video in whole and really pick that up. So um yeah, it's just I get so stuck making stuff that sometimes
This crab is crazy, dude.
the crab is crazy. And look, he's got I mean, I wish the crab in the sky was actually on his head. But
Wishful
we're,
thinking,
Say
man.
he was a crab head.
I did, but it's okay. We're gonna see what the anime model gives us. You can
No,
search.
Stable diffusion. If you try to prompt for crabs too much, you'll get something unexpected.
Yeah. um, the YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube and type in Civitai office hours, or Daz will link it. It was also linked above, but there it is. Boom. And that is
Jellyfish girl video one. Yeah, I don't have that. We
here.
can
I
link
have.
it to you later.
I have it. I have it. I have it. I have it. Here, I actually have it right here. So I will be the one to put the link in the chat right now. Boom. And can I put links in the Twitch chat? I can, right?
Yeah, you can. Of course you can.
I can. So
I mean, we can.
oh, it's here we go. Bam. So that link is for the jellyfish ballerina reference video that we are talking about when we're talking about the segmentation that Marcus Aurelius brought up. Thank you. I kind of like the anime crab better, and look how many crabs are kind of like crawling around in the back
It's a crab
and
race,
stuff.
man.
But wait, you know what? We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more, and I always know I always say we're gonna do one more, but I actually really want to see what the combination of these.
You really wanted the curse.
I want to see it, man. I want to see it. I don't even know what to prompt this as. Uh, like okay, weird parrot, but what's this thing? What is this? Who sent me these pictures? What is this? How do I describe this guy? How'd you get?
Militant.
Yeah, Militant. What is this? Death frog. Okay, yeah, you do that. Go grab that. I'm not gonna use the prompt, but it'll at least help me describe what this is. Uh,
Electrifying cursed frog tortoise thing.
I don't know that I want to say electric because then it's gonna give us lightning everywhere. So we're gonna say maybe like monster frog parrot shell back. I think that kind of
The all-seeing toad. A furl border turtle.
huge fangs. I think that kind of sums it up. So, boom, anime and real. Bam. Bro, I got so many styles to pick from for this video. I almost kind of want to make this video in like one of these styles. Like I think quad I think quad's combination was the winner today.
I mean,
Hold
I'm
hold
kinda
toad on
biased,
crab.
but I would have to agree. I would have to agree.
That's what the prompt was. Okay. Okay, Twitch. I'm going to read. Actually, I'm not going to read it. I'm going to copy the prompt and I'm going to put it in the Twitch chat so you guys can read it. Okay? I'm going to paste it right here. That was the prompt for this photo. Look at this photo and read the prompt. I have no idea what that says.
Well, it says echidna amalgamation into sobug with unconventional serostomia with macabre and interlock. Nebulous fog machines across pineal gland, throbbing, quivering, cliffside crevices, engendering terrifying uncertainty.
Can we get some cry faces in the chat for that one? Can we get some cry faces in the chat for those? All right, I'm dying to see what this one actually gives us, though.
Tyler, actually, I have one more thing to ask. First of all, I want to thank you for this amazing workflow. It's a lot more cleaner and it's really impressive. The thing which I want to say is that when I'm running it at 30 step while upscaling at 0.70 denoise, it's kind of making the video, I mean, very much different with the one which I ran on first.
Is it doing this thing where it makes it like almost like brushstrokey a little?
Correct.
Yeah, so that is something that, look, the reason I released the workflow that my friends and I put together over the course of 4 weeks or so, that was originally built on Inner Reflections AI base vid to vid workflow. Shout out to Inner Reflections. She did an amazing job building the base of this. I want someone to take this and make it better and then share it back. So if you can figure out how to make the upscaler better and not do that, I would be eternally grateful, because that's still something I struggle with. Most of the time, I do like how the upscales turn out with that effect on it. I do notice that the amount of how much it changes in that regard during the upscale process depends heavily on the model you're generating with, as far as like the actual model, like Photon or whatever, and your control net strength. So that being said, nothing I have done actually like has fixed that. And on some videos, it just is less than others. So I think there's a lot of factors that play into it. If you can figure out a way to make that better, to get a more cleaner, stable upscale, then please share it. I will be super grateful, because that's something that I haven't been able to figure out. Oh,
Actually,
buddy.
I was adding LCM in your workflow, so I found out that with less steps, I mean it's doing a little bit of better, but it's still, I mean, looks too much overcooked, and the first attempt look much better. If the first attempt will be done with 720 and 1280 resolution, it's much better than 512 and 869. And the first low resolution output is I mean usable as compared to the second upscaled output, because it's making it
So
easier
so
to
here here look at this. I'm gonna show you the direct comparison for one of my most recent ones. Okay, let me find the video file. It is right here. Okay, so here's this is the low res version. So this is the first one that came out. This is the 512 by 896. Okay.
yes.
Okay. This is the upscale.
It's look much cleaner.
So, but also I don't use LCM anywhere in my workflow, and I do know that my workflow, because people have tried it and have like tried messing around with it, my workflow is not very LCM friendly, or it's just there's gonna be a number of things I think you have to change. Like one of my friends that's much smarter than me, shout out to Machine Delusions, said this the other night, and he said that if you're using LCM, the workflow should be built around LCM with that in mind. If you're not, it's going to be you're either building the workflow around using LCM or you're building it around not. So that's something to keep in mind too. You might just have to rework a bunch of stuff somehow to figure out what will make it work for LCM while being able to keep like the flow of how I have everything set up. So okay, let's
Thank you
take a
for the
look.
answer.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you. You always reach out. You always leave nice comments and stuff. I appreciate the support. Anything I can do to help, I will try. So here are our last curse renders of the day. I actually think these came out pretty good. Militant, I actually think the realistic one almost looks like that picture you just posted in the Discord chat. Right? Like doesn't this guy actually kind of look like that, just minus the horns?
He
Wait,
starts
wait.
to look like a frog, and then there's a magical bird appearing somewhere in the background there.
I think this is pretty good. This is pretty good. But I'll show you guys one more curse thing and then we'll sign it off here. This was something
Quads is winning.
Check it out. This was something
Quads can be beaten.
This was a test I ran the other night. Can you see the form of the person in it? Can you guys see the person? Harrod said, "Get me out."
I need eye bleach.
And with that one, we're gonna sign it off. Guys, as always, if you're in the Twitch, if you're in the Discord, thank you for coming. I appreciate everyone who comes and hangs out for these streams every week. I really enjoy doing these. I hope you guys get some value out of them. I'm going to be posting the VOD on our YouTube channel so that if you guys want to refer back to anything I said today or to anything I described in the workflow, the VODs will all be there in a playlist and they will all be dated. Every week, we're going to do this. I think it would be really dope if you have a computer that is capable enough that you go away after this stream, you play with this workflow, come back next week, ask me any questions or any trouble that you ran into while you were trying to figure it out after the stream, and that following week I can help you out with whatever questions you have. So yeah, man. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for coming. Follow us on Instagram at Hello Civitai. Follow us on YouTube so you don't miss the VODs. We're also going to be uploading more educational long-form content coming soon that I'm going to be creating for Civitai. So find us on YouTube. Daz posted the link. You can find me on Instagram at jboogs.creative. That's JBOOGX creative. And yeah, thank you guys for coming. I will catch everyone next week, Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I hope you guys all have a good holiday season over the weekend. And peace. Smash that like button.
See you next week.
Later, guys.